Summoning. Although the name used is summoning, a person able to communicate with animals, insects and birds and bring them to him or her issues no orders. Summoners were simply gifted human beings who were able to attract animals because of who they were. St. Francis of Assisi was a summoner. Most horse whisperers are summoners. Pythagoras was a summoner. From Iamblichus, Life of Pythagoras, translated by Thomas Taylor. When Pythagoras happened to be conversing with his familiars about birds, symbols, and prodigies, and was observing that all these are the messengers of the gods, sent by them to those men who are truly dear to the gods, he is said to have brought down an eagle that was flying over Olympia, and after gently stroking it, to have dismissed it. The naturally gifted have a positive, gentle, unthreatening and loving aura that wildlife finds attractive. Elo Gulp, a modern Sami author. The Night Between Days, 1992. In the old days, the Knowheres were asked for advice in many matters. They were healers. They travelled with their soul bodies over the tundra, were on the lookout for game when hunger threatened. They sang fish into the net. They controlled weather and moved islands. They led enemies astray. They kindled love. They worked with nature's forces. And they sang to whales and dolphins. In our dolphin video, we tell the story of Arion, the poet and musician who was saved by riding on a dolphin. Shamans have used similar methods to attract animals, but never to needlessly kill. The animals are only caught for food, and the food most frequently caught this way appears to have been fish. Luke 5, King James Version. And it came to pass that as the people pressed upon Jesus to hear the word of God, he stood by the lake of Gennesaret and saw two ships standing by the lake. But the fishermen were gone out of them and were washing their nets. And he entered into one of the ships, which was Simon's, and and prayed him that he would thrust out a little from the land. And he sat down and taught the people out of the ship. Now when he had left speaking, he said unto Simon, Launch out into the deep and let down your nets for a draught. And Simon answering said unto him, Master, we have toiled all the night, and have taken nothing. Nevertheless, at thy word, I will let down the net. And when they had this done, they enclosed a great multitude of fishes, and their net brake. But it seems that to summon animals for food requires incantations, whereby the potential food is asked to sacrifice itself and then thanked, whereas summoning without any motive other than a wish to be near one's fellow beings needs no spells. Into the Light, Faye Marvin Clark. I asked if it were possible that Indians, Native Americans, could communicate with the animals. After one of Mitchell's long pauses, he said very quietly, Why just Indians? After another silence, he continued, Anyone can attune and commune with the animals. If you desire and really believe, I will teach you. But there are certain things you must promise never to tell anyone. I promised. Each morning, just before daybreak, we would go a short distance from camp, and I would remain concealed while Mitchell stood in an open clearing with arms folded and his eyes closed. Some heads would show, and after a few moments one or more deer would approach. They would get close enough to Mitchell that he could pet them. Finally, Mitchell taught me how to do this and what to think. He let me stand with him, and the deer would come to me also. It is an overwhelming feeling of oneness with everything to stand, almost not breathing, and have a doe put her head against you. Children who are still innocent and loving have this gift. Some people are born with this gift and do not need teaching. They generally prefer the company of children and animals to humans. B.J. Laubscher, where mystery dwells. An Afrikaans girl whose name was Anna had an amazing kindliness about her, and such a tremendous affection for animals that it was a pleasure to sit in the botanical gardens with her and listen to her interpretations of squirrel conversation. She told me that she had learned this art from an Uta on their farm. And here we have a demonstration. Summoning whales.